Let me know when we're live. Hey guys, how are we all doing? We all doing good? All good? Oh, Raj, I just realised you completely dubbed me in on purpose, haven't you?
No.
Mate, I've got a heart mug and everyone's going to see it around the world
I
now.
didn't even think that. I literally just picked up the biggest mug possible.
Sharing the love in the heart mug today, so all good. How are we all doing? We all doing good? What's new? Anything exciting? So we are on Big Marker and we are on YouTube. So we're on both of them. Good to hear that, Mark. Hi, Nick. Hi, Michael. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Stephen. So we've got 5 minutes until we'll actually get started. Big thanks to Raj as well, top man. Anthony Williams for you.
Oh, good lad.
So obviously we've got about 3-4 minutes before I'm going to get started, before everyone joins us, and go from there really. So has anyone got any questions they'd like to ask me before we get started? And I will be asking away. So feel free to ask me something. There's a Q&A for those guys that are on Big Marker. They can just ask it. If you're on YouTube Live, also ask on there. We've got one of our great media team members here today that will be able to help out. So seeing chats from all angles today. Feel like we're going to have 6 screens broadcasting across everything before long. So it's always great to see those guys obviously on YouTube. Nice to see you joining on the YouTube Live. Obviously, we just passed 34,000 subs today, which is amazing. Forgot to ask about Facebook trade. I'm still in it. I've got 2 entries on there at the moment, so it's not really doing much to be fair. So yeah. Rajan, what will you be covering today? I'm basically covering how to simplify trade entries. So what to look for when you are opening a trade, and covering some of the biggest problems that we have. So that's good. Will you be uploading a recording of this on Big Market or YouTube? Nathali, it automatically goes under my YouTube live stream, so you'll be able to see it straight up onto the YouTube live stream.
Someone's asking if they can visit the office one day.
If you want to visit the office, yeah, sure, why not? If you want to come visit along, you can come and meet some of the team members. Obviously, we've got our massive yield office, and we've also got Samuel Co-Trade floor as well. So let's just get the chat started in regards to that. Couple of minutes now whilst we wait for some of the stragglers to come along. So let's just all shout out where we're from, country or county, depending on where we are in the world. It's always nice to see where everyone is across the area. So we've got Devon, Netherlands, Dudley, Kenya, Madrid, Peterborough, Surrey, Bournemouth, Essex, Barnes, London, Belgium, Scotland, Glasgow, Watford, I'm assuming, Nick, York, Wales, Bedford, Estonia, Kent, Yorkshire, Italy, Chester, Barnsley, Cardiff, Watford. Another one spelt wrong from Watford, or is it supposed to be Warford? Brussels, Greenwich, Kenya, Surrey, Venezuela, but living in the US. Probably a safe thing to do at the moment with Venezuela, mate. It's absolutely crazy what's going on in Venezuela. Another one from Watford, Shepherd's Bush, repping Watford hometown. Come on, isn't it? So for those guys, if you prefer being on YouTube Live over Big Marker, feel free. You can jump on board. Ooh, what's happened there? Beginning momentarily. And we're off to cut off again. I feel like we should just go onto YouTube Live, really. Just use that, but pain in the bum. So, already off to a bad start. Feed's gone. Oh, I just can't get the tech round here. It's too much. So in total, we have got around 150 users across the board on 2 different sites. So I'm assuming we're all back for everyone. We've got 2 minutes before we start. So we're just going to go over to the poll section and start polling on basically who currently trades Forex. So if you can just have a click up there on which one you are, on which one, if you do trade forex, you're going to have to go on and actually vote, aren't you? So that's going to be interesting. And there's a few of those. So submit your poll vote, and we'll then be able to know exactly what's going on. So we've got 48 that's 15 they're currently looking to start trading. That's cool. 3 I trade stocks mainly but exploring FX. Awesome. So just make sure you all are voting on that lovely poll there. Yeah. So make sure you vote. So we've got currently 53 saying they trade FX, 21 saying they're looking to start trading. We've got 77 responses so far from 104 of the individuals that we've got again. Yeah.
I think your mic is still on.
How strange. So weird, isn't it? Like, there's no reason either.
No, your mic is definitely like.
So weird. Okay, so we're back on the mic. Webcam not having it. Okay. So guys, sorry about that. Apologies. You should have me back now on the live feed. Bloody, I don't know why it keeps going down, if I'm honest with you. Maybe it's the amount of people, God knows. But what we might be doing, guys, if you're on Big Marker and you want to, feel free to switch over to YouTube Live, because it won't go down on YouTube Live. So, right, let's have a quick look at these poll results from what you guys are saying. So at the moment, there's 58 of you that's saying, yes, I trade Forex. Then there's 26 of you saying, I'm looking to start trading. And then there's 3 of you saying that I trade stocks mainly by exploring FX. So that is an interesting one. So I'm going to ask another question now. And that one will be coming up right now. So we're going to start polling this one. So if you trade, which one do you have issues with? So the poll is now open on that one. Yeah. So choosing which pairs to trade and when. It's an interesting one. 72 watching. Guys on YouTube, come on, give it a thumbs up. You make me love you. Those loyal YouTubers. So we're getting quite a mixed bag actually, to be fair, on that one. Don't you agree? If you're looking at polls, we can literally see over here on polls, you can see the percentage over there. Mindset of trading, 22 individuals, 34 are saying entering the trade, 15. It looks like it's leaning towards choosing which pairs to trade and when. So that's probably one of the interesting factors here of looking at exactly what is going on. We've had 80 responses. Come on, guys. There's another 40 of you that can respond. Come on, get voting. Which one is your enemy? And that's what we're going to look at focusing today. So let's see where the votes sway, and we'll start looking at that today. So it looks like choosing which pair. Do we agree on the chat? Just say yeah. It's I struggle with getting FX entries. Looks like that's one of them. Yeah. Is that F77? Awesome. So I think that's probably one that it seems to be one of the issues, doesn't it, on the polls? 47 people are voting, choosing which pair to trade and when, and then entering the trade. So they're kind of similar, aren't they, in respect to that? So we are seeing that now, 48 on that poll. That is awesome. I'm going to ask a naughty question here because I've just got to find out from you guys. I've got to find it. You got to be nice. So I'm posting another one. I want to know if you sub on YouTube, or do you not like me enough yet? Which one is it going to be? Oh, look at that! 7, 8, 9 people saying don't like me enough. Dread. Get the fuck off of my YouTube then. It's lucky that there's an 85% people so far that actually like me on YouTube. That's good. For those people that don't, just jealous. Just jealous. Jealousy kills, doesn't it? Oh, 86%. Oh dear, funny that one. And if you don't subscribe, make sure you do, because obviously we push out a lot of free content. There since 2K subs. Love that, Miles. Love that.
One says we love you, Sam.
No middle ground. Oh, do you want me to add another one on there? I'll edit the poll. And no, it's fine. 87% is good enough for me. I don't like you enough. Do you like that? I've got a bit of hope there. The yet moment. We're working on it. We're working on it. Okay, guys. So we're going to get started, and I think we're going to just go straight in and look at it. It looks like 38% of people are saying they struggle with the pairs. So maybe we'll cover entering the trade and choosing which pair to trade. That way we're covering 69%. So let's go ahead with that. We all agree in the chat. Let's go mental. Yes, 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 yes. And then we can get started. There we go. That's what I like. Let's go mental. And for those guys on YouTube that can't go really mental on the yes, yes, yes vote, I suppose you can on the chat. Just literally click the thumbs up button on YouTube because it makes me really happy. So, yeah. Right. Awesome stuff. Okay, right. Now it's time to share the desktop and let's go more in depth in the market. So let's start that. Let's share the screen. Right, allow. We are going to go ahead and share the screen. Okay, so let's have a look at Euro US dollar. So let's have a quick look at the chat. Right. So we should now all see the lovely, lovely, lovely big marker. And so we can all see a big marker. I can't see the questions now. So you've just gone big. I suppose, yeah, I get what you're saying. Fine. So we're going to cover over trade entries and go through some things. So obviously I use the cluster algo and also Samuel Code trading market strength. But I'm going to show you something that's pretty cool. So we're going to be looking at Euro US dollar, and we're also going to be looking at US dollar yen. And the reason why we're doing that is to make sure that we can show you, well, I'll show you why I'm looking at those pairs in a minute, but I just want to show you exactly how they've been performing. So the first thing that I do when I'm going to be looking at a chart is work out what the direction is. Now I'm going to show you how we do that in a little bit. So I'm just going to start doing my trade analysis to show you exactly what we're looking at. All good? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we are going to do, we're going to start drawing in the trend lines where I'm connecting all the lows in the market, connecting them along, drawing my simple trend line in that direction. I'm then going to look at drawing what I call my secondary, which is going to be the last bounce, and see if I can find any direction. I'm going to go with those two and predict a third bounce. On that level there, let's start drawing our support levels in. We've got one down here. Resistance level, we've got one here. Well, that's a perfect one, actually. Look at that. We've got the rejection there, and it comes down and retests here, here, and here, and it bouncing off the trend line. Great, great level there. And we've also got a really good level coming in here, haven't we? So you can see that it's rejected here, rejects again, nearly misses it, breaks through, comes back and tests it here, doesn't it? off of that secondary trend line mark. So everyone like that analysis that we can see? Let me know. We can all see that. Let's have a quick check. Yep. Everyone's all on the same page. That's cool. Sweet. So, right, let's get back to it. So they're the main levels, right? And this is on the 15-minute chart. So if I was trading 5 minutes, these levels would still apply. We've also got another level up around here where it's rejecting, and price is coming down here. Now that's the overall kind of viewpoint on that level. But the trick is here is how do you check where the entries are? Well, what I like to do in basics levels of trade entries is I like to have what I call multiple levels of confluence. So when I say multiple levels of confluence, I mean having 3 factors that I like to enter in the trade. So usually it would be a pullback, it would be a trend line bounce, or it would be off of a support zone. And it would be really nice if one of my algorithms confirmed the direction. So if I was to highlight this with some simple arrows of just looking at which ones are going to be in line with what I'm saying, then I'm looking for probably at least 2 to 3 factors. So a good one would be that let's start picking out all the ideal ones, and then we'll go back to the ifs and buts. So let's put in a shape, let's put in an arrow. We'll put an arrow up. This one's obviously a perfect one here. And the reason why I say this is perfect is the 50 is above the 200. We've also got the moving averages coming down, bouncing off of that support level here, which is a recognized level on the 15-minute time frame. And it's also off of the trend line. And we've got a few little clusters signaling down here, which will help us with our turning point prediction. So here we've had a sell-off, which is 1. 2, it's bouncing off a trend line. 3, it's bouncing off a support. And 4, we've got the cluster algorithm telling us that this could potentially bounce and go higher, which is a great point. So that's number 1. We have also got, let's get another one. Arrow up. We've got, I would be happy enough to say this one here for sure. This is a very strong one. So this one here that you can see here is a very strong entry, and the reason why I say that is because we've got our trend line that is well established looking back. So the trend line is well established looking back, and we've got a trend line bounce, then we've got a support bounce, we've had a sell-off, and we've had our algorithm tell us that this is now time to buy back in down at this level. So I've had multiple levels again of confluence. Now there are trades in between this. Looking at this, I mean, there's another good one here, which if I wanted to be more picky about it, I could have probably drawn a support level connecting these 2 levels together and taken these. But these are what I call kind of like mediocre trades. They're nothing special, and it's not the main killer ones that I'm after. I'm after strong win ratio positions. So I could do this one as well, which I think is really nice. I could connect this level along here and say, look, it's bounced here, bounced here, bounced here, and it's come down, bounced here and here. And at this point here, the 50 is above the 200. My Samuel co-trade market strength and the clusters are signaling a large amount of potential here to enter long. And I could have entered in long, basically taking into account that I've got a good place to put my stop loss below the trend line. I've also got my support in place, and I've got enough time for the market to move upwards. So it's about picking the winners and the good trades rather than just the average ones if you want to build up consistency. So we'll give that a nice thumbs up. Now, if I look back, there's mediocre ranges and all the rest of it, nothing too exciting that I'd be looking at. So overall, I've got 3 really good trades. And I mean, like, it's very tempting to short up here, but the reason why I don't want to is because it's going against all of my rules of trading with Confluence. It's shot up and it's hit a resistance level. It's done nothing more than hitting the resistance level. So it's going to be super important for us to be able to maintain using our rules. And if we're not, then there's no point, even trading. So ideally now what we'd like to do is we'd like to see price to come back down to around here, which will be our trend line. We'd like to see that our cluster is telling us to buy, and we'd like to see it bouncing off of this rough new support level that we could put in here. Does everyone agree with me that there's a support level here? Can we see that? Just get some agreement on that one. So it's not the best support line that we've got, but if we had a stop here, so if we had our entry here, we've got a good place to put our stop for an intraday level just out of this zone. So it's all about making sure that we now know where we're ready to enter. So I'm not really excited until it comes down to this level. So rather than wasting my time looking at this, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put an alert on the market. And so all this will do is it will tell me when price comes down to this level and I can come back to it. Okay, so is everyone happy with that analysis, and they're all happy with the technical side of what I've been going through on Euro US dollar? We all good with that? Amazing, good stuff. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over the same again, but we're going to do it on US dollar yen. So just going to refresh my chart. Go it down to 15-minute time frame. We've got a nice amount of movement here, haven't we, on US dollar yen coming out, really zooming out here. So we can put in a nice position here. I mean, that is almost just crystal, isn't it? Like that trend line there. We might be able to get another one here, which is just a slight deviation, just to connect that one in. So we've got two trend lines there that are moving in their position. Does everyone understand that? I'll go over this in a little bit. This is what I'm going to actually show you, which is a little bit of a cheat in the markets as well. So I'll go over this and how we use this as a little bit of a cheat. So everyone happy with that trend line? Everyone believes in that trend line? You all in agreement with that? Yeah. Perfect. So all we're going to go ahead now and do is start to draw in the support zones and the resistance zones. Now, I'm going to do this one slightly different to show you two ways of actually drawing your support and resistance on your chart, because you don't necessarily just have one line. You have what we call zones. So when we have a look at a zone, we could, for example, say there is a resistance level, but it's also a support zone. So it's resistance here where it's bouncing, and over here is the support zone. So can you see how we can make zones rather than just lines? Do we understand that? We can all see that, yeah? Cool. Cool. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to repeat that so that we can put in a few more zones. And some of these zones will be thinner than other ones and so on and so forth. But zones is probably a more realistic way of drawing, because you're not going to get just a one single price level. We're doing it. So here again is a great zone here. You can see how this has been resistance, broke through, came down, broke through, came down. Can we see that one as well?
Aaron's asking if it's live.
Aaron, this is a live chart, yeah. This is current time over here on the right-hand side. Right, let's draw a few more in. I think we'll have a zone coming along here. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. You even go a bit higher on that one, really, couldn't you? Everyone agree with that zone as well? We've got resistance over here. Comes down, tests it, comes down, tests it, and starts moving higher. Nice and simple. I'm not doing anything here that's overly scary that should be of new to you. I haven't even got the pivot points on yet, but I'm going to start building up a picture for you guys. It just shows you what we are capable of doing when we simplify everything. Okay, so now Got those zones in. Nice little ladder moving higher. We've probably got another one here as well. We all agree with this one as well in the marketplace? You all agree with these zones? Right, so now all we've got to start doing is we've now got to start putting on points of where we see that the market is sitting. So we now need to start looking for points of 3. So we're looking for 3 points of confluence when we're putting this all together. So the first point that I think that we're going to start looking at is where has my cluster algorithm signaled? Where has price sold off? Where is the zone and where has it bounced off? So let's start working from the start to the very end. So the trend didn't really form until we was around here. So nothing really excites me there. So this will be the zone that I'm interested in. So here we've had our bounce, and this is the third bounce that we're looking at. And if we start drawing our arrows, we have our arrow up here, which is bouncing off of the trend line. We've had our sell-off from high coming down to low. Okay, we've been signaled with the cluster and then we've been re-signaled with the cluster when it actually hit the trend line. So we could have taken it here and we probably would have had it go against us a little bit and been able to take profit up here, for example. But because we're waiting for 3 factors, so we've had the 1, we've had it selling off, 2, we've got the cluster, and 3, we've got the support zone, 4, we've got the trend line. So this is pretty exciting for me as we have 4 points of confluence here that we're looking at. So that's 1. Over here, we've pretty much got we've got them coming up here. I mean, this is a nice enough one. If not, you could have got in here. So let's put the arrows on here. So we've got this second one over here. We would have probably been in this one here. And we've also got our final one over here. Don't know why I keep going to indicators. Yeah, or that one. We could probably have gone away with this one. Yeah. And this one would have been a mediocre one. So if you've got, 3 to 4 different ones that you can look at, that's great. But the one trick which people don't see is what do I look for before I start doing these zones? So this is the basics of trading, right? We look for, okay, cluster algorithm is a bit different. It's on our website. It's not a custom tool. It's a custom tool. It's not a standard tool. So that's a bit different. So I look for 3 to 4 confluence factors, okay? But what made me choose US dollar yen and what made me choose euro US dollar? Now, there are some multiple factors that I have used that have taken into account. So the first one is obviously GMT pivots, yeah? So we use GMT pivots in regards to that. So let's now, where's my pivots? Sam's pivots. So we've got my pivots on the chart now. So now what will be interesting is to see whether or not any of my major points have aligned with my GMT pivot levels. So weird. Lasted longer that time, didn't it?
Your screen sharing has been disconnected.
Wah, wah.
This time I think you might want to.
Hmm?
No, it's here. It's here. Some questions.
I'm not even. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Don't worry. I'm back. I'm back. We're back. We're back. I was just scaring you all for a minute there. It's okay. Don't worry. I haven't left you on a cliffhanger. It's all right. You would think that I'm running on some sort of dial-up process, really, wouldn't you? I just don't think Big Market likes me. Maybe it's I put on a bit of weight or something. Who knows? So let's get back to it. It seems to love cutting me off here. Maybe it just likes keeping you guys in suspense. It's all the, yeah, Mark, I'm with that. It's the games. It's the games. So, right, let's go back to screen sharing. Select screen, entire screen. Allow. Right. Right, we're back. Good. So God knows what's going on. Right, so now what we basically need to see is whether or not we are having any GMT pivots that have a line. So for those guys that know, obviously GMT Pivots is on our website as well, so you can purchase it via GMT Pivots on our website, which means that our pivots update to the custom time frame that we are looking at. So it actually is, GMT time rather than just standard pivots. So as you can see here, without me even drawing the GMT pivots on, can you see this one here has instantly bounced off of an S1 zone? Now that's what we call support 1 zone, which is that's another factor for the reason why we look to use it. Now here, I drew an arrow here, and actually look, it's bouncing off of S1 here as well. Here it's not actually, we've got a little bit of movement down to S1. But can you see how now that's filtered out this one, saying it wasn't really that great, but this one was, and this one was. So this is what we call trade filtering, and looking into the market positions. It just shows you what's actually achievable. So let's have a quick look at Euro US dollar and see if we have the same thing on here. Okay, so this one's not too far away from S1, which is a good sign. This one here is a little bit away from S1, which is okay. But this one here actually is just below S1, sitting around S1. So they've kind of fallen into the category of showing us that there's a few extra factors. I like to put my stop losses below support zones to make sure that I'm 100% safe in what I'm doing. Now, when you're looking at this, some of you guys are saying that don't you analyze from the top down, right? That is what we're saying. So the reason why I've been actually focusing on these pairs is because of this tool up here on the left-hand side, which is a lovely new tool which I've designed to make everyone's lives absolutely easier. It's called FX Sweeper, okay? So FX Sweeper analyzes every single time frame for me. So it analyzes the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, monthly. It's monitoring the trends on absolutely every single one of them. And then what it's doing is monitoring the volatility on every single one of them, which is awesome. So, and then it's telling me how many profit in pips I'm up in my current open positions, and also the current dollar amount that I'm up in open positions as well. So if we look here at US dollar yen, then what you can see is what is different. Let's get you guys to start using your brains. What is different between US dollars, yen, and all of the others? What's different? You guys tell me, what do you see on the FX sweeper indicator? What do you guys see that is different with US dollar, yen to all of the others? What's different, guys? Let's get your comments, because I want you to start seeing this for yourself of what these little tricks are. Go back to big marker, see what comments are. It's green, it's green, more green, more green, all green boxes filled. Exactly. So now I'm not asking for all boxes to be filled, but if majority are filled, then there is more chance of it going in that direction than all of the others. Why? Because all it's done is it's looked at, and you can put whatever pairs you want in here. It filters out every single chart that you're looking at, and then it tells you which ones are trending the most. And US dollar yen has been pretty much fully green, bar the 1 minute and 5 minute, for like the last week and a half, which is absolutely awesome, because it's just been showing us all of these entries. And the same with Euro US dollar. Majority of these have all been green, which is just great. And so for me, it says 5 minute, 15, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour are all green. So on that case, I'm looking at using that and US dollar yen. The other one that we've seen is Euro yen. So I haven't actually traded Euro yen. So it'd be interesting to see if Euro yen has been in a full uptrend following what my tool is saying. Whereas all the others are a bit bitty here and there and aren't that great. So I use the US dollar yen to be able to help predict what this is doing. But it's great because when I come to the 15-minute time frame, if I was to place a trade now, it's basically telling me that the average volatility is only 7 pips. So basically it's telling me that the smallest stop loss that I should use is around 7 pips, which is absolutely bonkers to think that. But let's have a quick look to see where 7 pips will get us. It'll just get us down here at 62, which isn't too bad of an intraday stop loss. But depending on what time frame I use, if I go to the 1 hour, it'll tell me, see that the volatility is now at 20. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. So volatility is at 20 up there. So it tells me based on which time frame I'm trading on, should I be in line with the market volatility? And that's how we are flexible. So what we do is in this, all I do is I turn my computer on now. I basically see which ones are fully green or majority green. If, for example, you see, like, let's say US dollar yen had the 1 minute red and the 5 minute red, I would basically still be looking to go long. It means that I've just had a small rally in, I've had a small sell-off, sorry, which means that what's going to happen? There's going to be a pullback, isn't there? It's a short-term sell-off for a long-term bull run. That's what we're seeing on this as an example. So having these simple little tools like this that lines up and creates extra sentiment and direction for me can help. Do we agree? And also it's lovely to get little entry alerts like this from Cluster telling me that there's a potential buy on Euro US dollar. So it's already signaling on this level. But at the moment, US dollar, Euro US dollar, we've got some good green going across the board. Daily's not green, but weekly is. And 1 minute is red. So overall, I'm still happy to take a long based on looking at that. So that's an interesting aspect. Does anyone have any questions on what I'm doing and what I'm looking at, basically? I'm open to questions, obviously. So I use this simple tool. It tells me which pairs to focus on. If I want to basically move this over to indices and all the rest of it, I can look at that as well and show me what the average volatility is and tell me all the pips and profits that I'm up at the moment and stuff like that. So all I'm doing is, in fact, I'm just being lazy. I'm literally using a tool to analyze the markets for me. And then I'm drawing on my technical analysis on those ones that are moving the most and reacting the most in line with the trend. It's a strong performing trend, and I want to be involved in a strong performing trend. So it looks like Euro Yen could have some potential as well. It's not a chart that I've got open on my watch list at the moment, so it's not something that I'm looking at. Good question, mine. Do I weigh to the larger timeframes more than the lower? Yeah. So the 1 minute and 5 minutes are the good ones for, say, entry. So, for example, in US dollar yen, if the 1 minute is red and the 5 minute was red and the rest was green, I would be obliged to go long because it means that we've had a 5 minute and 1 minute sell off, but all the other timeframes are still in line to go long. And in my eyes, I think that's a great entry. So, same with Euro Yen. We've got all of these, and we've got the 1 minute red. It'd be good if we got the 5 minute red, and it might be interesting to go long on Euro Yen. Whereas US dollar Swiss, at the moment, it's actually looking reasonable because we've got the 30 minute, the 1 hour red, the 4 hour red, the daily red, weekly's green, monthly's red. So these are all saying that there's been a pullback. So theoretically, on US dollar Swiss, we should see that there has been partly a rally on US dollar Swiss. However, we are potentially at a turning point to go short. So let's have a quick look. So let's have a look. Nice simple chart. And can you see that on the 15, or sorry, on the 1 hour, we've had a bit of a rally. However, we're still in a downtrend. So this could be the potential to now turn around and go short. Does that make sense, guys, in what I'm doing in regards to the markets? I'm going to come back now to quickly have a quick chat with you guys. So, I mean, that's in basics what I'm doing. I'm going to answer some questions and talk to you guys on exactly what I'm doing. How do we know it's a pullback or the start of a reversal? Good question, Ahmed. You won't, but you've got to remember that you're intraday trading, right? So even if these extra factors helped you and they won overall, you're going to have more favor in your direction, right? So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to send a link. So if you guys are interested in FX Sweeper, it is basically I'm giving guys £50 off so that you can go and help yourself and go and grab it. So for those guys on YouTube, you just use 50 off as the code, and that will allow you to go and get it. And that's FX Sweeper. It's a tool that I'm using at the moment because I'm finding it's really easy with time management. It just basically does all the stuff for me and looks at it. The other tool, guys, it's just on the website. It's called Cluster. But if you've got any questions, please do ask me because I'm completely open to them. Was the sweeper showing the overall trend for the time intervals? Yeah, so it's showing absolutely every single time frame of what we're looking at. Let's have a look at some of these questions. Some say that setting up trend lines in a line chart. What do you find more accurate? I prefer using bar chart, really, Ian. All green, good. The tools you're using, are these your personal tools? Are these available online? Josh Lawson, they are my tools, but they're available on my website. So they're available on samuelcotrading.com. But it depends how lazy you are. I mean, you can do it all manually and look through all of the charts, right? And you can look at all of the time frames, maybe not the volatility, but you can do it yourself if you are feeling that kind of extra laziness. Then it's good for me. I mean, I just put on cluster, I put on my FX sweeper, sees my overall time frame on all charts, the volatility, and which pairs I should be focusing on for the day. And then I just basically look at that each morning. It also helps with stop loss placement because it's telling me what the minimum stop loss distance should be on which time frame that I'm trading. I do use candlesticks, Howard. Does it work on all currencies or just one chain? Jeremy, it works on absolutely all currencies. It works on demo, it works on live. So that's great. Yeah, US rate hike this week, dollar up. For part-time traders, full-time workers, what time frames are best to trade? If you are basically trading part-time, depends when you are trading. I would advise sticking into the 1 hour time frames if you're trading just manual trading, because if you're trading on that kind of, you've got to be in work, you only get a break every couple of hours. It means that every 2 bars that you'll see, you can trade on. So I would go down that route. Do you use channels? I don't. I use trend lines, and mainly my resistance points are looking at my pivots. So I don't want you guys to think that I've just made a load of stuff up that you can't use. It's like I said, it's all available on the website. You can do. Which one? What's the view of 50 being above the 200? Not come across this. What does this indicate as a consistent across, as it consistent across all time frames? Bobby, I use it for my trend analysis to find my overall direction. That's what I overall look for. I don't use Fibonacci, no. I'm not really fond of using it. I'm very much a strong level trader, and I use a lot of my algos to help me as well. So the algos keep me updated on when I'm getting in the markets, when I'm not getting in the markets. And so does my FX sweeper tell me exactly what's going on in the market. Can you show some trade mate entries? Unfortunately, not today. Just because I just wanted to go over the trade entries on using the FX sweeper and kind of help you guys with your support resistance zones and kind of building up a log of exactly what you need to enter. I think that's most important on what we're looking at. It is useful for scalping indeed, obviously. I mean, it's useful for anything. If you're a day trader or if you're an intraday trader, long term, it's useful for anything. Indices, FX, commodities. You can use it on all of them, and they all work on MetaTrader 4. Does anyone have any questions about like the actual trading aspect of it rather than the indicators? Obviously, the indicators are available on the website, but if you've got any questions about my thought process behind the entries or anything like that. Does trading have anything to do with Einstein? No. It also has nothing to do with the moon either, which is a frequent question. Very worrying, very worrying. Sam, you say 100 pip stop loss. Do you always stick to that? Ben Salvage, no. So 100 pip stop loss is for those that don't really trade that much on cluster. It's just general trading. If I'm looking at a swing, I might divide it by 2. So, for example, let's say the pip has been 40 pip movement. I would use the volatility reader on my FX sweeper and shorten it down so I know roughly what the expected volatility is rather than just guessing. The volatility reader helps me decide exactly where I'm going. Where can I learn more about cluster? Shahan, you can see it on samuelcotrading.com, or you can see it on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Samuel Leach. You can see it on there, and I'm gone. I wonder what's so weird. Could you finish off with the US dollar Swiss using the sweeper and the plans? Do you find out what trade? Do you find out what trades to go in from? Sorry, guys, I'm back. Is it going to load up on there? No, it's not loading up on there either. Please update the latest version of Chrome. Oh, for God's sake.
Do you want to go back to just?
So, guys, can you see me now? Saying they can't see me. It's so weird. I reckon bin big marker.
I'm going to stop screen sharing.
Why?
Because it's not working. They can hear you, they just can't see you.
Oh, of course, yeah. God knows, mate. Absolute mental. There we go. We are back. Look, you've even got multiple angles now. So, can you guys see me now on obviously YouTube? Absolutely bonkers, isn't it? I reckon we should just stick with YouTube Live. Let's just have a poll, YouTube Live all the way. So, guys, obviously, when we're analyzing the markets, you can almost see Trump as well in that one. See Trump there. Trump's just chilling. You can see Trump chilling. I've got to try to do it like 2 ways. He's like that dodgy guy that just stands there. Obviously, we're on YouTube Live, but I think, guys, it's like super important that you do all your technical analysis. And I don't know how busy your lifestyle is or etc., but I highly advise going down the options of being lazy. I like being lazy, and so if you guys want free education, head over to yieldowl.com. So yieldowl.com, you can get free information on there, and on that website we have free education that's available. All the rest of it, that's what's out on the markets in regards to the free education. We've also got, like I said, I will send you the links on samuelcotrading.com, so you can kind of see what I have gone over. Don't message me, Rod.
Sorry.
It's all right. So we've obviously got, that one's the pivot points for those that want the pivot points. We've got FX Sweeper, which is going to be helping understanding which which currency you are visiting and helping you choose which one you should go for. And then we've obviously got the cluster algorithm as well, which is helping with the entry. So, I mean, I can't do much more for traders. I really can't. I've literally given you guys which currencies to look at. I've given you clusters, which help with the entry and signals. And then I've given you GMT pivots, which show you support and resistance zones. So, I mean, it's a hard one. Jules, I should bring that back. You should do spin the wheel. Should we bring spring? Wow, it's a long day. But should we bring back a spin the wheel? If so, you've got a comment in the YouTube vid, and I'll start handing out free prizes on the YouTube. So, guys, obviously, I'm absolutely blowing on YouTube to get the sub rate higher. We're going to start doing prize giveaways. I'll bring it back. It was quite fun doing the spin the wheel. For those that don't know, there is actually in one of the videos, not the last video, but the video before, there is actually a $5,000 giveaway on our cryptocurrency. And if you lose and you don't win, you still get 250 yield. So it's actually a big one that you guys can win, whether or not you don't win. So I know losing sucks, but you still win. So it's not a bad one to go ahead with. So make sure you thumbs up and you subscribe. Obviously on YouTube, it's a massive factor for us on making sure that we help you guys with free indicators, also free education as much as we can. So those guys, like I said, I can't really make it any more easier. You've obviously got the whole manual route of where you have to analyze every single time frame, every single currency, plot your entries, plot your support, your resistance zones, your trend lines, and all the rest of it. So you can do all of that, or you can kind of cheat. You can use the FX Sweeper, GMT Pivots, and Cluster, and it kind of does it all for you. So it depends what's more important to you. more chart analysis or more free time? And for me, it's more free time. I'm sure you can see the bags under my eyes. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm sure I'll turn into a panda soon. Simon, I know it's obviously 40k is quite a bit of money to some individuals, but I'm just not interested in trading anyone's money. I do very well on my own, and it's not something that we are after. So it's good. Martin Rickard, how do we send proof? You nailed it there. You've got to subscribe to YouTube and obviously send it over to me by direct messaging me on yieldowl.com, and then I'll be able to put you in for the competition for free. So I think it's a big day. For those guys that don't know as well, Yield Owl has an app, and you can download it from the App Store on Apple and on Android, and it's basically the trading hub for traders. So all these traders that are on Big Market, that are on YouTube, we're at 2,000 users now on Yield Owl, which is awesome. That actively using that. It is on phone as well. So, I mean, what we can do is go down that route, and we're going to basically be announcing the $5,000 free prize at the end of October. So, all you need to do is submit the proof, and it's great. Obviously, if you're messaging me on YieldDAO, you've clearly done that, so you just got to show the proof that you subbed on YouTube. So, guys, let's have that in place. I'm going to put a poll out as well, because I want to see how many people want the actual wheel spin back. Should we get an actual wheel spin in the office? I think that would be pretty cool. Let's have a vote. Bring the prize wheel spin back. Yes. Bring back a real one this time. No, I don't want. Oh dear. Right, so here we go. We've got a poll coming out. Obviously, those guys on YouTube, just comment it, because obviously the question is, bring back the prize wheel spin. Yes, bring back a real one this time, or no, I don't want to win prizes. So let me know, do you want to win or don't you? I mean, I'm all up for giving away free prizes and all the rest of it. So maybe we'll give one away now on the free prizes side. We'll choose the best comment, the thumbs up comment, the best comment on this YouTube live. We'll give away a free prize, and we'll be in touch. I think that might be a good shout on that win rate. Oh, look at that. Look, there is one person that voted no, I don't want to win prizes. That person in life will never achieve anything, seriously. He doesn't want any prizes. He wants to work hard for it. He wants to work really hard. Those two guys, I'm going to make sure you win, don't worry. Well, you'd be upset if you win. Oh, dear. How is the pigeon? Lawrence, we've got actually a new household member. So if you don't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram. You'll see the little fella. He's an absolute legend. So let's go for it. Mark just dropped the bomb there. So obviously, guys, you've got to make sure you leave the best comment on the YouTube live stream, and obviously go ahead. But don't forget, make sure that if you are getting FX Sweeper, you use the coupon code 50 off, and that way you're going to get 50 quid off, because I'm nice like that. I like promoting people to be lazy and successful at the same time. AxiTrader may not be better than all brokers, but in my eyes, they're the most trustworthy, and I've worked with them a long time now, so it's great to use those guys. I think as well, guys, if you don't mind, we've obviously got Raj and we've also got Chaz here as well that are here, and it's now 8:20 on a weekday, and they're all sat here supporting you guys via the website chat, via helping out media. So just say a big thumbs up, big thanks to Chaz and Raj, obviously, for helping out. You know, it's not a nice thing being sat at work at 8:30 when they've been in since 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. But they do love you guys, so it's all good. When we're going for a cuppa, oh yeah, guys, don't forget as well, for YouTubers and obviously for Big Market, we've got our meetup in London on November the 1st. So guys, make sure if you're following me on Instagram, we're putting the tickets out for free. We've got over like 300 people. We've hired a nightclub in London. All of my traders will be there. There'll be a lot of investors, a lot of crypto investors, FX traders, a lot. So obviously we've got to all calm down and celebrate in London. It's a free event to turn up. It's like drinks and all the rest of it. Help yourself. We've got a nightclub. It'll be in central London. So November the 1st, guys. It'll be on till late, and it'll be a mega cool party. It'll be nice to meet you all, and obviously answer any questions that you guys have, and also meet all of the YouTube followers, because don't forget that. I mean, we've grown by nearly 20,000 subscribers in a month. So that would be awesome. Nick, I work next door. Raj is squat Chaz. Next YouTube challenge accepted. Chaz will be getting benched. Oh no, not benched, squatted. Yeah, because he because you squatted Mike, right?
Oh, piece of cake. I squatted out.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why did you do that on cam? Come on, man.
It was on cam.
Whereabouts? Any chicks? No, that's the most male thing. Let's put it this way: there is 90% male orientated FX trading world. So I'm assuming that there'll probably be a 60% to 70% male turnout. But I'm sure a lot of guys will be bringing their other halves with them, which will help bring the women to the FX party. But for my concern, I'm there to obviously meet, greet, and obviously meet up with other like-minded people, inspire those guys that are out there starting their FX and stock trading career, and go down that route, you know. So obviously, who's coming? Just send out a message if you're coming to the event. Raj, can you post the event link in there, maybe the Eventbrite link? Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah. What's the maximum? What the maximum people that we can hold, Sandro, at the event? Oh God knows. I think we can hold probably what? I think about 300-400 people. So I think it's going to be pretty packed. I think there'll be a lot of us there. It should be one of the largest traders meetups that we've got. So it'd be pretty exciting. So make sure you're not late, I suppose. Otherwise, we might not be able to get in. Can you imagine that? Not being able to get into it because it's so big. Free champers, come on, Ben. I've hired a nightclub. You can buy your own drink. In fact, you can buy me a drink. There we go. Just sitting here at 8:30. So, guys, do you have any other questions that you would like to ask me? Done deal like that. Or you can get me a cuppa. Maybe we should make our own cocktail called the cuppa. Like that's got to be a good one. The cuppa. The cup of tea. I'm currently doing a JTP, so spending any spare time I can doing the course. Doesn't matter. Oh, wow. Awesome, Matt. Love that. International June Trader. Lovely to meet you. Doesn't matter what time frames we use when we are trying to follow your strategies. FX scalping, 5 and 15 minutes. Backbone, I would be looking at the hourly, okay? So that's what I'll be focusing on. What do I think about trend magic indicator? Never heard of it, bud. Any others? Rosie Lee. So obviously, Chaz has just put in the Yield Owl event there where you can pick up the tickets. Make sure you register quick because obviously we're about a month out from it and we've already got quite a large amount of registration. So it's going to be an insane party. Again, maybe I will bring back the spin the wheel. I mean, the spin the wheel seems to have got a vote. 97% of people have voted for spin the wheel. So it looks like spin the wheel is coming back into play. The giveaway, Robert, if you head over to YouTube Live, can you post that link in there maybe? The YouTube Live video link is getting posted in Big Month. Those guys are already on YouTube Live. All you got to do is thumbs up and make the best comment about YouTube Live. And we'll pick a random user to win a prize. God knows what it is yet, but you'll get your prize. So there you go. Chaz has put it in there, youtube.com/Samuel Leach Live. And you'll see that we're in there. So get the comments going. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you thumbs up. And let's see what awesome comments we've got. And if you haven't, we released an absolutely insane video that has been more about my journey. On Saturday, we launched it, the motivational one.
We did.
So the motivational traders one is a video to go and watch if you're trading, you've been down in the dumps and you want a bit of an uplift and you want to see a bit of my journey as well. There's a motivational video that is really awesome just to see how far we've come at Samuel Co Trading since 2014 now. And where we've ended up, so it's amazing. Again, guys, I'll chuck that pop-up for you for FX Sweeper. I know some of you are messaging me, so there you go. There is the £50 off for the FX Sweeper. Make sure you guys enjoy the markets, don't get tied down, and do not give up on your social life to sit behind the screen. There's more to life than that. But overall, let's make your life slightly more lazy so you have more time to kick back and join us on the November the 1st free event. Again, we've hired a nightclub, ping pong, foosball. Going to be awesome, guys. I haven't sorted the entertainment yet, but it could be a bang of a party and also be lovely to meet all of you as well. So I'll see you all, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go home now and eat dinner. So miss you all, and thank you so much. Make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. Best comment, I will announce a winner, let's say tomorrow afternoon. Take care, guys. See you later.